Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite deals from the Steam summer sale. I'm going to be starting off with the bundle deals that I found, which is like basically the franchise bundles with multiple different games in them for a cheap price. Then I'll be moving on to AAA games that I think are worth purchasing. And then finally, I'll move on to like any indie titles that I think you guys should be purchasing. But yeah, throughout the video, you'll probably just see random gameplay here and there while I'm talking about the games. And I kind of just quickly threw this video together because I wanted to get it up to you guys as soon as possible since the Steam sale literally just dropped the second I'm recording this video. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. And the first bundle I'm going to be talking about is the Batman Arkham Collection, which this franchise is an extremely fun single-player story-driven franchise, and you can buy the entire franchise with all the DLCs for $9, which is an incredible deal. These games are older, like the oldest one I think is from 2010 in this bundle. Yes, the oldest one is from 2010, but these games are an incredible deal at the price that they're asking. You can get an entire franchise with all the DLCs for $9, and it's a really good franchise. So if you don't own this, I would definitely recommend going ahead and picking it up. The next one I'm going to talk about is BioShock. The BioShock collection did just get given away for free on Epic, but if you didn't get the chance to pick that up, you can buy it on Steam for $12 for all the DLCs and all the games in the entire BioShock franchise. And the BioShock franchise is an incredibly fun franchise. Now, it doesn't come with the original versions of the games, but it comes with the remastered versions. And personally, I would definitely recommend buying this if you haven't picked up the BioShock collection on Epic. Then the next one is the Battlefield bundle, which this comes with Battlefield 5, Battlefield 4, and Battlefield 1, and all the DLCs related to those games for a total of $27.97, which is a really good deal. It's 78% off. And if you're a big fan of Battlefield, these three games are a definite cop on Steam. If you've never bought these games on Steam, I would 100% recommend it. You're getting the entire franchise pretty much except for the newest entry, which you don't want the newest entry to Battlefield anyway. So this, in my opinion, is a really good deal if you want to get into Battlefield. You have a World War II Battlefield, you get a World War I Battlefield, and you get a modern Battlefield all in the bundle with all the DLCs. Then the next bundle I'm going to talk about is Witcher. This comes with the entire Witcher franchise for a total of $12, which Witcher 3 is by far one of the best games that's ever released. It is incredibly fun. And if you just ask one of my friends, he's put over like I think 600 hours into Witcher 3. So there's a lot of content in Witcher 3 for you to enjoy. And the other two Witcher games are still really good games. And I would definitely recommend picking up this if you've never played through the Witcher games. These games are incredibly well made. And honestly, they're some of the best games that have ever been made on PC. Then after the Witcher bundle, I want to talk about the EA Racing Pack, which if you're not into racing games, you probably won't like this nearly as much. But this is a huge discount. I've actually bought this myself, and it is $66.06. And it comes with a ton of the Need for Speed games. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And a couple of the other games that EA has released in the past as racing games. But if you're not interested in all of these and you're just interested in some of them, you can still pick up some of the older Need for Speed games for a really good price. Like you can get Rivals for $5. You can get Need for Speed Deluxe Edition for $8. You can get Need for Speed Payback for $9. And Need for Speed Heat, which is one of the newest games in the franchise, for $14. So in my opinion, this is an incredibly good deal. And most of these games in here are the deluxe edition versions, so you get all the DLCs. The only one that isn't is Most Wanted, I believe. And so therefore this bundle is definitely worth the price, in my opinion. I've actually bought this bundle myself. Next up, this one isn't really a bundle, but I still think it's worth mentioning because I'm going to purchase this during the Steam sale. This is the Tabletop Simulator 4-pack. If you're into playing board games, especially with your friends, this is an incredibly good deal because you can buy the 4-pack for you and 3 other friends for $30, and you get the game for 4 friends. And you definitely want to be buying this game with other friends because this game will be very boring by yourself. And so therefore I thought this bundle would be worth mentioning, especially since I'm going to be purchasing this with my friends. So in my opinion, I think this is definitely worth purchasing. It gives you the opportunity to play a ton of different board games with your friends, and it's very well made and not that buggy. And it has a workshop that has a ton of content for you to enjoy. And finally, I'm just gonna basically talk about any of the Resident Evil bundles. Pretty much, there's a ton of different ones, but the main two that I'm gonna point out is the Raccoon City edition, which gives you Resident Evil Resistance, Resident Evil 3, and Resident Evil 2 for $23, which is a really good deal in my opinion. It gives you 3 Resident Evil games for a pretty decent price, and Resident Evil 2 is a really, really good game from what I've heard, and I'm actually considering buying this bundle during the Steam sale. Along with Resident Evil 3, which I've heard was okay, but not the best, and Resident Evil Resistance. So if you're interested in playing through the Resident Evil series, this is definitely a really good bundle. This one and Resident Evil Village and 7, which these are the most recent Resident Evil games to have released, and they're in a bundle together for $51. So you can get both of them with all their DLCs and everything for $51, which is a lot of money, but you're getting 2 really good games with all their DLCs and content for a total of $52, which in my opinion is an absolute steal. Now I'm going to go ahead and quickly move on to any AAA games that I think you guys should purchase. Before we get into the AAA games, I do just want to say that I didn't go through every single deal that I thought was amazing, because that would take forever. So I just kind of put my top couple deals that I think are worth getting. And there's a lot more on the Steam sale, trust me, but I don't want this video to be 30 minutes long. So I'm going to talk about roughly 10 of my favorite AAA games, and then I'll move on to roughly 10 indie games that I think you guys should purchase for their price. But the first one we're going to talk about is Sekiro, which Sekiro is currently on sale 50% off. It is now $30, and this game is an absolute masterpiece. I bought this game during the previous Steam sale, and I love this game. It's very, very fun. I have yet to complete it, however, because it does take a lot of commitment to complete this game, and I just haven't had the time. But this game has been fun for the little I've played it, and I would 100% recommend this game. It's got rave reviews, and it is an incredibly good game made by From Software. It's another amazing From Soft game, and I would 100% recommend picking up this game. Then the next one is going to be Forza Horizon 5, which is a brand new release. This is another racing game, so if you guys aren't into racing games, obviously you'll want to skip past this one. But Forza Horizon 5, in my opinion, is a really good game. The DLC is about to drop here in a little bit less than 2 weeks, and the game is on sale for 20% off, and the Ultimate Edition is now $80 instead of $100. The Deluxe is $63 instead of $79, and the Standard Edition is $47 instead of $59. And in my opinion, this is a really good deal. I enjoy this game a lot. I picked this game up on launch, and I've been enjoying it ever since. I think I've put roughly 100 hours into this game, and I'm sure I'll put in way more when the new DLC drops. And so, in my opinion, I think this game is 100% worth buying. If you're into racing games at all, this is probably the best racing game that has ever released, in my opinion. I love Forza Horizon. It is my favorite franchise for racing games by far, and I would 100% recommend buying this on Steam. It is a lot of fun. And next up is a game that I'm sure a lot of you have been hearing about, Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is one of the best FPS games I have ever played in my life. I understand this game is a really old game, but there's still a huge devoted player base to this game, and it is a blast to play. It is currently $5 on Steam, and that's it. So if you don't enjoy it after 2 hours, you can refund it. And also, it's just $5, so it's not like it's a lot of money to commit into a game. And it's the Ultimate Edition. And I love this game. This game is so much fun. Its mechanics are amazing. Its movement feels top notch, and I would 100% recommend picking this game up as well. It's one of the best shooters on the platform, in my opinion. Then next up is Rainbow Six Siege. This game I'm a little bit biased on, just simply because I've put over 4,000 hours into this game, but it's one of the few games I've been able to do that with. And in my opinion, it is 100% worth picking up just for that reason. If you're not into the shooter genre, obviously this won't be for you. But if you're into the shooter genre, Rainbow Six Siege is 100% a game that I think you should own and at least give a try, because this game is incredibly fun and it has a huge player base right now, and I would 100% recommend going ahead and picking this up during the Steam sale, especially since it's only $8 for the normal edition and $10 for the deluxe edition. And if you want to go even farther and spend $50 on the game, you can get all the operators in the game, and in my opinion, it is 100% worth it. Then next up is Dead by Daylight, which Dead by Daylight is another game that I'm pretty biased on because I've put over 600 hours into this game. And with the current updates that Dead by Daylight has been releasing, the game is looking to be really promising. and it's a game like no other, to be honest. There's no other games that really compete in this genre right now. Dead by Daylight is pretty much dominating the asymmetrical genre, and I really enjoy this game. I have been playing it non-stop for the past couple weeks because of the recent updates, and I would wholeheartedly recommend purchasing this game, especially since it's only $8. Like I said, it's just like the Rainbow Six Siege scenario. It's not that much money to put in, and you can also just refund it if you don't enjoy it. Also, the additions that give you all the characters in the game are also on sale. So if you want to spend $50 on the game just like Siege, you can get all the characters for a pretty good price. Next up is God of War. This game is a really good single player game, and I would 100% recommend getting this. This game recently moved from PlayStation to Steam, and in my opinion, it is a really good game. It has amazing reviews with over 97% positive overall. And right now it is currently 20% off, which in my opinion is a really good price for a game that's relatively new and is brand new to PC. I 100% think that you guys should pick this up if you're at all interested in a new single player game to pick up. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next one, which is Days Gone. This is another PlayStation game that recently moved to PC. And right now it is 50% off, from $50 down to $25. And this is another game that I've heard is very, very fun. And it's another single player game that you can pick up if you're interested in it. And this game is actually on my wish list, and I'm very much considering purchasing this game throughout the Steam sale. And in my opinion, it's a very good deal for just 50% off. Next up is the Halo Master Chief Collection, which I'm a huge Halo fan, and for you to be able to pick up all of the Halo games for just $15 is an incredible deal. This game is so much fun. The only games that aren't in this bundle is Halo 5, which is not a very big fan favorite, at least for campaign-wise, and then Halo Infinite, which is the most recent entry to the franchise, and obviously wouldn't be in the Master Chief Collection. But for this price, you get all the Halo games, their campaigns, their multiplayer, and Forge, and all of that stuff. You get a ton of content in this one purchase. And if you're at all interested in the Halo franchise, or if you enjoyed the Halo franchise on console and you want to get back into it on PC, this is 100% worth it. Even if you've played through these games a couple times, having this on your library just so you can go on and play some Halo if you feel like it is, in my opinion, worth it in and of itself. Next up is another single player game, Red Dead Redemption 2, which is currently on sale for 50% off if you buy the normal edition, or 60% off if you buy the ultimate edition. And this game is another game that is reviewed amazingly well. It has a ton of rave reviews. Not to mention, the game is a really good deal in my opinion, and if you're at all a fan of single player games, you will really love Red Dead Redemption 2. The single player part of this game is the main selling point of it. Red Dead Online is very bad in my opinion from what I've heard, and I wouldn't recommend buying this game for Red Dead Online, especially since it's dead. So if you're wanting a new single player game to try out and play through, this in my opinion is 100% worth it for just $30. Finally is another Rockstar game, GTA 5. Which is Rockstar's big cash cow, and this is by far one of the most purchased games on Steam. And if you don't have this, I'll be very surprised. But if you don't, it is 100% worth it for $15. You get an amazing single player campaign to play through with a ton of modability, and you get a really fun multiplayer that right now does have a lot of hackers in it, but it is a lot of fun. Even though it is kind of hacker infested, it still is a lot of fun to go on with your friends and do heists and stuff. So in my opinion, I would 100% recommend picking up GTA if you don't have it on your Steam already. And now that we're done with the AAA games, I'm going to move on to the indie games. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the indie games, like I said. The first game I'm going to be talking about is Phasmophobia, which this game I've actually put a good amount of hours into, and it's one of my favorite indie games that I have on PC, and I think this is a must-have if you're a PC gamer. A lot of people own this game. It's one of the most sold indie games on PC. I wouldn't be surprised if that is true. It is currently 20% off, so it's now $11 instead of $14. And in my opinion, this is worth buying even when it's not on sale, because like I said, this is a must-have for pretty much every PC gamer in my opinion. And it's a ton of fun with friends. And then the next one we're going to be talking about is Project Zomboid. This is a game I actually purchased in the previous Steam sale. It's a single player or multiplayer zombie survival game, and it's one of the best in my opinion on the platform. It's a ton of fun. It has a unique art style, and I actually really like it. It's quite an old game though, but they're still updating it to this day, and it's a ton of fun to play. The 4-pack is also on sale for $40 now, so you can get it for your friends as well, so you guys can all play it together, and it's honestly a pretty good deal for that version as well. And I honestly think that this game is worth purchasing just because it's a very unique take on a zombie survival game. And next up is a game called Tunic. Tunic is an adventure action game similar to something like Dark Souls or something along that. It's in the Souls-like genre. And if you want to watch a review on the game, I'll have a link in the description to Iron Pineapple's video, and there'll be a timestamp in the description of his video that you can watch him talk about Tunic, because he's actually played through the game. I'm just interested in the game, and it's on my wish list, and this is another game that I'm probably going to pick up during the Steam sale. And in my opinion, it looks really, really good, and I think it's worth picking up just because it's a new indie game that is on sale, and all I've heard is good things about it. I've looked up reviews online, and all I've heard is good things, and so I would recommend getting Tunic as well if you're interested in that kind of a genre. Then next up is Outer Wilds, which this is a single-player survival game, sort of, and it is on sale for $15. I also picked this up on the previous Steam sale, and in my opinion, this is a really fun game, and there's very few games that are similar to this, and that's what makes it so unique to me. You can get the normal edition for $15 and the quote archaeologist edition, which is basically just a deluxe edition, for $25 roughly. And it's a really fun game, and it's nice to have, you know, more single player games in the library, so I would recommend this. And then next up is a game called Due Process, which I actually have a review on my channel of. It's a procedurally generated tactical FPS, and there's literally no other game I've ever played like this because of the fact that the maps are completely randomly generated every single time you load into the game, and so every single match will be completely different. And it's a very cool concept. I've always wanted a game to try this at some point, and this game delivered in 2020, and as of right now, it is on sale for just $5. It's normally $15, but now it's $5. And if you want to watch a review on this game, I'm sure I'll put up a card in the video, and if I forget, you can just check the description, and I'm sure I'll put the link to the video in the description. So if you want to check out a review on that game, you can go check out mine. But yeah, I wholeheartedly think that this game is worth it if you're into the tactical FPS genre. Then next up is another tactical FPS called Ready or Not, which this game has been getting a ton of press recently. A ton of people have been picking up this game and doing reviews on it, and it's all over YouTube pretty much. And it just recently released in December of 2021, so it's only been out for roughly 7 months-ish. And in my opinion, it's worth getting, even though it's not on sale for very much. It's only 10% off, so you save like $5 on the game because it's normally $40. But it's still a really good game in my opinion, and worth picking up just because of how well made this game is. I've heard amazing reviews on this game, and this game's development I've been watching very closely on, and I've been very interested in how this game plays out. And they've been making some major changes and amazing updates to the game's AI and weapon systems, and pretty much everything in this game has been constantly getting improved. And I would recommend getting this game at this point. It looks like their next couple content updates are looking to be very promising, and I'm probably going to buy this game during the Steam sale. Next up is another survival game called The Forest, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard about it. A ton of YouTubers have played this game, and it is sitting at currently overwhelmingly positive at 95% reviews positive. And it is on sale for 75% off for $5. The reason for this is because the sequel to this game is going to be releasing here in the near future, and so they put this game on sale for significantly less than what it's normally selling for. And in my opinion, this game is worth getting. Even though it is an older game, this game is very fun, and I actually own this game on my Steam. I bought this, I think, last year on one of the Steam sales, and it's a very fun game to play with your friends, and it has a lot of potential for funny moments. And so in my opinion, I think this game is worth getting. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about Rust. Rust is a multiplayer survival game that is very difficult. It has PvP elements, PvE elements, and it's just overall very difficult. This game is unlike pretty much any other. You have to try to build up your base and gain resources while you're up against other players that are trying to do the exact same thing. And it is incredibly hard. You have to deal with other players killing you, stealing your stuff, raiding your bases. And I think currently I have close to 100 hours in Rust, but that's just an estimate. And I've seen people with thousands of hours in this game. So if you get into this game and you enjoy it, you will end up probably putting thousands of hours into this game. But if you get into this game and you don't enjoy it, you'll probably hate it. It's a very hit or miss type of game, in my opinion. And another problem with Rust is it takes a huge commitment. I actually have a video on my channel reviewing this game where I talk about it. And in my opinion, for 50% off, it's worth getting now because it's only $20. So you're not risking a lot of money like you would if you were spending $40. And also the refund system allows you to just refund the game if you don't play over 2 hours of it. And so if you guys are looking for a review on the game, I'll have a link to in the description to that video as well if you want to watch a review on Rust and get your own opinion on it. But in my opinion, I think Rust is worth getting for $20, and it has a lot of potential for funny moments. I've had some amazing moments in Rust with my friends. It is very unforgiving, but I think that's what makes this game so satisfying for a lot of people and why people are able to put thousands of hours into it. And yeah, that's all the games I plan on talking about in this video. If you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, let me know in the comments. This is pretty much the first time I've ever done like a Steam sale oriented video, but I figured, I don't know, I just felt motivated to do it this Steam sale. And so if you guys enjoy this type of content or in this type of video and you want me to do this in the future for future Steam sales, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully you find this video useful, and peace out.